y'all, I'm Carol Corey, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Welcome back to my Creating Corner. Thank you for joining me here. It's that time of the month again, Paper Pumpkin time. This is June 2025 and my Paper Pumpkin box just arrived, and this one is full of charm. I have no idea what's in it, but surprises are always fun. One thing I do know is in here is everything I need to create some fabulous cards. I've got all my adhesives, I've got the die cuts, I've got an ink spot if there's stamping to be done, everything. It's the all-in-one box of fun. And it's getting close to September. Every September I do the Great Cycle Challenge. It's a fundraiser for the Children's Cancer Research Fund. 20% of the price of all of the Paper Pumpkin kits and all of the regular online kits collection. I do save up through the year to donate in September to my Great Cycle Challenge. I'll have some information about that down below in the description box. If you're a cyclist and you'd like to join in the fun and help raise some money to put an end to childhood cancer, we'd love to have you join us. But anyways, I'd love to have you join me putting together this kit. I am going to put together at least one of each of the enclosed designs. I'm assuming this month is cards. I really don't know. And who knows, we may go rogue and come up with something different to do. So let me get this down to the creating table and get started. Hang on. Alrighty, let's see what is in my all-in-one box of fun filled with charm. Got my paper snips here to get into the box. Oh, excitement. Okay, and here are the stamps. We've got, a little floral spray and some leaves, another leaf there. We've got sentiments. Let's celebrate you. Happy birthday to a wonderful friend. Thank you and miss you. There are sentiments for so many different occasions. And it comes with a pretty peacock Stampin' spot. I love pretty peacock. It is beautiful. Now, if this is your first Paper Pumpkin box, you would have a block in there like this to mount your stamps on. The next boxes, if you have a subscription, do not come with the block. You just use the same one over and over. And then all of your materials are all packaged nicely in some shrink wrap so they don't roll around and get crimped or folded, whatever. Okay. Whew. The hardest thing about a Paper Pumpkin sometimes is getting it out of the box. Okay. So, let's see what we have here. Okay, so here we have a little baggie. Save these for your extra rhinestones or whatever. Or if you're traveling, put your necklace down in. Let the end of the chain hang out so your necklace doesn't get tangled. Okay, so here we've got some gold sequins, some dimensionals, and some mini glue dots. Perfect. Those right there. Love it. Tear and tape. I love using tear and tape. It holds very well. You don't need to cut it. You just tear it off. So there's a nice roll of tear and tape. Of course, Paper Pumpkin always has gorgeous envelopes that are decorated to match your cards. Oh, that's pretty. Isn't that lovely? So I guess we have three of these. 1, 2, 3 of these card fronts. And I love how the back is also decorated. And if you want, you can always just cut it down the front and have 2 different card fronts. So there we've got those those cards. We've got these nice cross-hatched cards. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 cross-hatches. Here's some banners, your die cuts to do a little bit of stamping on. Lovely. Oh, we had some paper last year, some designer series paper that looked like this. It was lovely. So that's nice. We've got 3 of these card bases. 1, 2, 3. Okay, put those up there. Oh, and look at these beautiful die cuts. Oh, cherry blossoms. Have any of y'all ever seen the cherry blossoms in bloom in Washington, D.C.? I would like to do that sometime. But here you've got, oh, beautiful die cuts. Look at that. Oh, goodness. I'm not sure if it's going to go on this one or not, but it sure does look pretty on there. Oh, I love it. So we've got 3 sheets of these die cuts. 1, yep. There's 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that laser cut. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Isn't that pretty? So we've got 1, 2, and 3 of these. Oh, and that pretty die cut spray next to it. Oh, these are gorgeous. And here's some, actually I was just using a piece of this morning when I needed to use the X-Acto blade from my Take Your Pick tool. Right there, I wanted to cut the center out of a vase so I could literally stick the flower down in it, and this X-Acto tool, this accessory for my Take Your Pick tool, was perfect for that, and the cardboard from another paper pumpkin kit was the perfect surface to do it on to keep everything safe. Let me put that aside. Here we have this, you actually just put a little strip of tear and tape up each side, and then you have a folder, a little envelope that you can put your stamps in, and then when it's in a notebook, you can just look at it and see exactly what stamp is there. So this is full of charm, has the leaves, the spray of blossoms, a single leaf, let's celebrate you, happy birthday to a wonderful friend, and miss you. Just lovely. And then, of course, the directions. Now this shows the Hugs a Bloom dies. This is what we get. Stampin' Up! Will offer every 3 months a set of dies that will coordinate with 3 months worth of paper pumpkin. The Hugs a Bloom coordinates with April, May, and June. And here we have the frame, the leaf, a flower, and a word that you can cut out, hugs. We might use this. I don't know. This is such a beautiful materials. I don't know if we want to change it up, but you know we probably will do a couple alternates. Let's see what we got. So on the back of the directions, you have a list of all the materials that comes. You have a list of your coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. That'll help change things up a bit. The colors in this kit will coordinate with Basic Beige, Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, Timid Tiger, and Gold. Okay, and if you're not watching this video, you just hit the QR code, and there you see someone from Stampin' Up! Put this card kit together. Okay. Here are the directions. Here's what, oh, these are what the cards are supposed to look like. Oh, those are pretty. Oh, I love how that square is turned into a diamond and fits in along that, the cross hatching. Ooh. And then, of course, the directions could not be simpler to follow. They are pictorial. So let me go ahead and clear all this up. I am going to do one of each of the 3 card designs with you guys. And then we'll see what we have. Okay, let me clear this up and we'll get started on card number 1. Card number 1. This is so beautiful. This one is using the beautiful floral front with the dappled background. It's using the gorgeous laser cut and a banner and 2 of the stamps. And of course we are going to enjoy using 3 of these little sequins. Okay, the first thing we want to do, according to the directions, is we're going to stamp 3 leaves with Pretty Peacock ink on the card front. Now, I do have my full-size Pretty Peacock ink pad here, just because I like to leave my little ones sealed. So, because that way, you know, if I go somewhere, then I'll know it's sealed and it's inked up, and I don't have to worry about bringing re-inkers with me. So we're going to put 1, let's make sure it's inked up. The photopolymer, you can see right through, and you can tell when it's inked. Of course, we don't push and smush. So there's 1. We just tap, tap, tap. How can you see? Just tap, tap, tap. And we'll put another leaf right there. And then we're going to come down and put a leaf here along the bottom. Like so. Okay. Ooh, did I get that right? Let's make sure I get that right. And then with the photopolymer, it's easy to see placement. Beautiful. Just clean the ink off of this one on my simple Shammy. Okay, and while I have the ink out, I'm going to go ahead and ink my sentiment. The sentiment to a wonderful friend. I hope you have a wonderful friend. I have a wonderful friend. Everybody needs I hope you are a wonderful friend too. There you go. To a wonderful friend. Okay, now I think the most time-consuming part, putting mini glue dots. Here you see you've got mini glue dots all over the back of the laser cut. Okay. To make it a little quicker and easier, I am going to use just a pair of tweezers. Of course, you don't need tweezers, especially if you've got long fingernails, but it's just easier for me to use tweezers. Okay, so I have put a glue dot on every spot on this laser cut that was big enough for a glue dot, and then of course you have to pull off the little waxy protectant coating. Now this is going to fit right over this gorgeous, oh look at that, I didn't finish. Oh, I did not get a good leaf on that. How did I not see that? Let's get that like, there we go. Okay, now this will fit right down over these flowers. Oh, look how pretty. Look how pretty. Oops. Oh, isn't that so pretty? Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, too bad. I'm going to put a little glue dot behind that one to hold the edge down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this glue dot right here. Well, I'm going to put it on the back of this, on the back of the laser cut. And I'm going to pull the paper off, and then I'm going to fold it in half. There we go. Get it folded, and that'll hold it down where it needs to be. Perfect. Oh, look how pretty that looks. Okay, this can come up a little bit. You know, the laser cut with the openings here, it does let you kind of maneuver it a little bit. Oh, isn't that pretty? Now, we're almost done. We've got To a Wonderful Friend. We're going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back. So we'll just put one here, one in the middle, one on the other end, isn't that pretty? And a couple of sequins. Let's see where the sequins will go. One here. Get one here. Oh, you know, I should have done this before I started, but it's okay. It's not two-dimensional. I'm just going to take my bone folder. I should have given it a crease before I started, but isn't that beautiful? Oh, that is so pretty. So, well, that is card number 1. Done in a flash. Let's see what card number 2 is. All right, card number 2 uses this beautiful cherry blossom panel and this gold flecked card. I'm going to go ahead and give a good press with my bone folder to get that crease in there before I get started. We're also using this leaf spray. We're going to do some stamping and the Miss You with the round little sentiment thing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp Miss You on the round die cut. You can't get it crooked, you just kind of turn the circle whichever way you need it to make it straight. Okay, and we're going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back. You see there's the open circles on the directions. Open circles are dimensionals, closed circles are the glue dots. Okay, I'm going to take that, put that aside. Now, I'm going to stamp 2 of these little floral sprays on the front of the card itself. Okay, make sure you have the opening on the right. And we're going to put one. You see the directions say one towards the top and one kind of, sort of in the middle-ish. Okay, so we want one towards the top and one kind of in the middle-ish. There we go. Let me close up my ink pad so I don't make a mess. Let me clean off my stamps. Yes, the simple chamois does get stained, but you know what? Still cleans your stamps. Okay, now, I've already put glue dots on the back of my little leaf spray here, and on the back of the cherry blossoms, we're going to use the tear and tape. So, Just run your fingernail down until it catches, and that's where the end is. Tease it up a little bit. Okay. There we go. See how easily it tears? That's why it's called tear and then tape. Okay. Now, we're going to line it up here. Now let me show you a trick when it comes to using your tear and tape. Once you put it down, it's pretty much down, okay? So what I suggest is you take on an end, like this edge, I'm going to pull it down and I'm going to pull it out so it looks like that, right? Now I'm going to line it up here at the bottom and make sure it's lined up correctly. Remember, I didn't take the protectant off. See, it's still moving? So I'm going to just line it up. There we go. Make sure it's perfect. Press, press, and then pull that out and press it down. And there you have perfect placement. Okay, and I did get a little bit of ink on it right there. That's off my finger. I can fix that though, it's not a problem. Now let's take the sentiment, and we're just going to put the sentiment here. Oh, wait, I forgot. We have to put this down. Let me take a little protectant off the back of each of these. Okay. Love it. Love it. And a couple of sequins will be good. So we're going to put a little sequin right over that little ink spot. No mistakes, just opportunities for embellishment, right? And I think right about there. Oh, how pretty is that? I like that. You know, this is where it said to put it, but with that one all the way up there, I think I'm going to move, well, let's just leave that one there. We'll put one right about here. And to keep things with odd numbers, we'll put another one right about here. There we go. Oh, how pretty is that? Oh, I like that. Okay, now this is very nice for a very special friend who moved away, or maybe you moved away, or maybe they retired and no longer work with you, but that is beautiful. Okay, well, let's not rest on our laurels. We've got another card to go to. Hang on. Okay, card number 3, the final design of the kit. Let's go ahead and give the card base a good crease with the bone folder. And we do have a little bit of stamping to do. You'll notice we're doing Let's Celebrate You on the triangle, or not triangle, excuse me, the diamond. And then we're going to do the leaves straight on the card front itself. Now these are not the same leaves. This is what we used in the other card. This is what we're using for this card. How do I have so many of these blocks? Well, we have an online kit collection, and all of the kits are everything you need. So if there's any stamping to do with the online kits, you're going to get a block. Yeah. So, and an ink spot. Well, anyways, yeah, I love our online kit collection. And I actually take 20% of the cost of your cost of each kit from the online kit collection or the paper pumpkins, and I donate those to my September Great Cycle Challenge fundraiser for the Children's Cancer Research Fund. So it's a lot of fun for you, and hopefully a better treatment for childhood cancers. Right now they just use adult treatments that are set for like a lower weight, and it's just not good. Anyways, back to this. So we're going to celebrate you. Let's celebrate you. If you buy a kit, I will celebrate you for helping my fundraiser. So let's celebrate you right there. And we've got the leaves. Okay, I'm going to put one leaf right here. And the other one is coming down, and that's going to go right here. See, it shows you exactly where to stamp everything. Okay, that's it for the stamping. Now we need to put glue dots. Oh, I'm missing something. I am missing, oops, this one. Okay, so we need this We need to put glue dots on the back of this and some tear and tape on the back of this. Okay. A couple of dimensionals on the back of my sentiment. Oh, I love it. And we've got this little flower here. We'll put a dimensional on the back of the little flower. Pop it up over the corner there. Here we go. And a couple of these gold sequins to finish out the purtiness. You know what? This should have been over further. Do I want to move it? Not going to worry about that right now. Yes. When you put something down and it shouldn't be where you put it, on your take your pick, this is called a take your pick tool. And you've got this lovely end with a putty to pick up pearls. You've got a pokey end and you've got this spatula end. Let me show you something. You can stick the spatula right up underneath your dimensionals and you can lift it without damaging the cardstock underneath. I do this so often, I bet y'all think I do it on purpose. Well, you know what? Once or twice I might have. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me pull that off. Ooh. Okay. Now let's just get this raised up. We're going to bring it over here and put it back down. This got twisted around, that's okay. Or we could just pull it off. There we go. Now, we're going to freshen up the dimensionals. I love my take your pick tool. See, it didn't rip the cardstock at all. And we're going to put this back where it was. There we go. And we're going to take this flower and put this flower back down right here. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so there's one sequin. And we'll put another one right about here. And we'll put the third one, let's go ahead and put the third one up here to brighten things up. There we go. Oh, isn't that pretty? That is so nice. But you know what? I really, really, really want to use these dies, the Hugs a Bloom dies that coordinate with this kit. So I think I'm going to have to try to find an alternate idea. And let's see what we come up with together. Oh, that's so pretty. Well, hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this card front and I'm going to cut it in half. With the decoration, with both the front and the back decorated, basic white cardstock is such a typical staple. You can always just cut your card bases from the kit in half and add a little bit of basic white cardstock, and there you've doubled the number of cards. But when you cut the card base in half, if you look real close, you can see there's a little bit of the score line remaining. So you're going to just trim off the very teeny tiniest bit of that score line from the front and the back. There we go. Now, I'm going to take a piece of 8.5 by 11 basic white cardstock. I'm just going to go ahead and come to 5.5, cut it into 2 card bases, get the cutting blade out of the way, move it to 4 1/4, and I'm going to score it. Now I've got a regular card base here, and with my bone folder, I'm going to give it a good press. Now I've got your typical A2 card base that I'm going to put this, the front of that card from the kit, on, and I'll just complete this as it was directed in the paper pumpkin directions. Okay, now what am I going to do with this? This is 8.5 inches wide, or rather long. See? So I'm going to cut it to 4.25 inches. Come to the quarter. So now it'll be 4.25 by 8.5. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score it at 3. Okay. What am I doing here? Okay. Now if you'll see, this fits completely across it, so that's good. Alrighty. Let's get the trimmer out of the way for now. I'm going to do some stamping with the, let's see, do I want to use the leaves or do I want to use the, I'll use the leaves. We're going to use the leaves, and we are going to take some pretty Peacock. Whoops, oh man. Let me get the ink off the hand. Okay, I guess that's good enough. I never said I wasn't chaotic. Okay, so I'm going to take these leaves and I'm just going to stamp a couple of leaves here and there. Let's put this right here and one up there. All right, that's for that. You remember those coordinating dies, Hugs a Bloom. Well, we're going to have some fun with these Hugs a Bloom dies, okay? Like I said, it's like $12, and the dies in this little tiny set do coordinate with 3 months of the paper pumpkin kits. The Hugs a Bloom coordinated with April, May, and now June. So I've got that taken care of. Let me just clean my stamp off because I am done with this one. Okay, so I'm going to use the coordinating dies, and out of some Timid Tiger, let me put that aside, we'll just get some Timid Tiger, and we are going to cut a nice sentiment piece, and then we are going to cut 2 leaves out of the pretty Peacock. And on this pretty Peacock, I've put some adhesive sheet, and I'm going to put some adhesive sheet on the back of the white. Let me show you how we do that. Okay, so we're going to put some adhesive sheet on the white also. Let me show you. We just put whatever we want to put it on against the sheet and just cut it out. On the back of the adhesive, whoops, you can see it's got a score line. There's little cuts there. So you can peel off the protectant backing, put it onto your cardstock, and then peel off the rest of your protectant backing, and there you're ready to die cut something. So we're going to die cut the word hugs, whoopsie, from both of these. Here we go. And those will be like stickers. So I'm going to take this over to my die cutting machine on the counter, my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and that way this won't shake to pieces, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my die cutting done, but before I do this, I'm going to grab this panel right here. Remember, this is the back of that card base. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut it at 3 inches. Actually, I'm going to turn it this way and you'll see why. Okay, so I'm going to cut it at 3 inches. Okay. Now, we know it will fit, this base will fit here on here. This one will fit here. I could use my tear and tape, but it'd just be a little bit quicker. Let me just use some MultiPurpose glue. I'm going to put this on the front flap. There we go. And then we'll put this on the back right here. And then on the inside right here, we could stamp either Let's Celebrate You or Missing You. We'll decide that later. Okay, so now I've got my new card base completed. Let me give it a really good press with the bone folder. There we go. Now, Alrighty, everything is cut, so let's put it together. I'm going to use my Take-A-Pick tool, whoopsie, to tease the adhesive strip off the back of my word, my hugs. There we go. I'm just going to kind of put it at a little bit of an angle here. Got it all on my Silicone Craft Sheet. Okay, there we go. And now I do have some adhesive strip on the back of the white. Let's get that off. Okay. I'd be lost without my tweezers. Do y'all have your favorite pair of craft room tweezers? I'm going to offset it just a hair, just to let the pretty peacock shadowing show through. There we go. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, now I'm going to put it across the front here. Isn't that bright and pretty? Okay, now we got to figure out what we want to do with, okay, do we want to do both of these here on this side and one on that side? This Timid Tiger is really a pretty orange, isn't it? Maybe put that one up in the corner. Ah, yes, we'll do that. Okay. I'm going to put this down with the dimensionals. And grab the dimensionals from the kit. I'm going to put one there, there. Oh, no. Can't do that one there. Only do it on one side or you're going to glue your thing shut. Okay. I'm going to take a glue dot and put the glue dot on the back, on the front of the leaf. And that we'll use to adhere it to the back of the sentiment. And this one, we will just put, oops, battery died there, had to get it plugged back, get it plugged in. Okay, so we're going to take this and we will put this, that side has the embossing on it, a little bit clearer, and we're going to just put that to the back of the, and we're just going to center it. Very good, very good. And what did I do with my glue dots? I need a glue dot for the back of my flower. There we go. Put that right there in the corner. And how about we put a little gold sequin right in the middle of the flower? I think that will be just the thing. Cute. Let's put another sequin here. Oh, this is shaping up. And another sequin over here. Here? No. Let's put it right about there. Oh, isn't that cute? Hugs. And then you open it up and right in there we can put Celebrate You or, yeah, let's do that. Get my pretty peacock ink. Let's Celebrate You. I love this grid paper, so I'll just make sure that I have it straight. I'm lining it up along some of the grid lines. Perfect. And there we go. Isn't that cute? Now this is just a super simple, adorable little card to use. Of course, you can do whatever color you have because white and gold is so neutral. If you wanted to do pink, you could do pink. You wanted to do yellow, you could do yellow. But I was doing it with the pretty peacock and the Timid Tiger, and I think that looks adorable. You know, I do have something else I wanted to do. So let me clear this up and let's get ready for another alternate idea. Okay, this is going to be a little bit different. Let's see how it ends up. I'm taking a piece of Mossy Meadow. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. It's a complete 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. Scored it at 4 1/4, and now I'm coming across to 5.5, and I'm going to cut it. And now we've got 2 complete card bases. Put one aside, and I'm going to take this card base from the kit, and again, just like I did with that other card base, I'm going to cut it right at the 4 1/4. I'm going to cut it on the score line. Okay, and I've got, okay, now I'm going to cut about 1/4 of an inch off the length and width. There we go. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to cut this, put the corners in the cutting thing. I'm going to have my cutting blade in the body of the panel. Slice. You don't want to run it into the corner. You'll kind of smush the corner. Now we're going to hold these two pieces together and we're going to rotate so that the other corners are now in the cutting groove. Make sure your panel is still together. There we go, there we go. Alrighty, now let's get this Mossy Meadow card base here, and we are gonna put this thing together. I'm not worried too much about that side. You'll see why. Here we go. We've got the thinnest mossy green border through the middle there. Lovely. Now we're going to take this panel and we'll put this panel down. Actually, okay, I forgot to turn it on. So here we're taking the leaf stamp and some Mossy Meadow ink, and I see where my die cut's going. So I'm just going to put some other leaves on my background. Just kind of stamp it on the paper, stamp it across. It is all right. Pretty. Okay. And I've got the Let's Celebrate You stamp from the kit. Put that on there. Now each of these die cuts, you got 4 of each shape. The directions only come for, the kit calls for 3, for using 3 of each shape, so you're going to have an extra one, so I'm going to use it on this card with Let's Celebrate You. There we go. And here we go. It's always nice to have a different idea of how to just change up your materials just a tad bit. Again, I could use my tear and tape, but I find liquid glue sometimes to be a little bit quicker. Okay. Now with this card base being cut into the angles like it was, you have a little bit of that green showing through. Gives it a little more of a busy garden feel, I think. I like that. And we're going to pop the sentiment up on a couple of dimensionals. Easy peasy. And we're just going to put that right there in the middle. Oh, I think that's pretty. I think that is so pretty. But now let's take a look inside. Inside, with the card base, this offcut, do we want to put that in there? We could if we want to, but the basic white and the white from the kit are not exactly the same color, so there is a difference. I don't think I will use it, but you know, you could if you wanted to. Anyways, let's go ahead and get some glue. I already had this one open. So there we go. And that is ready for your note. Let's celebrate you. Okay. Well, I think the original cards that come in the kit, the original design is beautiful, but look at that. I think the alternate designs that we've done, the 2 different cards, are just lovely. Let me clean everything up and let's take a look at what we have. Before we wrap it up, I do want to show you how to make a gift tag using the dies from the Hugs a Bloom coordinating die set from the Paper Pumpkin. Okay, I've got some basic white here. It's going to be just quick and easy. It's 6 inches long. Okay, so we've done it 6 by 2. Okay. Now I'm going to score it at 3 inches. I love this paper trimmer. Do you notice it's got the cutting blade and the scoring blade and how easy and quick I get things cut and scored? Okay, let me get that out of the way. I'm going to give it a good fold, good press with the bone folder here. Now I've got my mini Stampin' Emboss machine. Ta-da! And I want to show you how I'm going to set this up. Okay? So I've got my 2 plates on the bottom. Here I've got my die from the coordinating die set. I'm going to take it and I'm going to, okay, you see it's over the edge. I'm going to bring it right up where the cutting edge is just over the fold. Okay? And let me take this here, put it on here, and I'm going to take some washi tape. This is just an old discontinued washi tape. Let me find the end here. There we go. I'm going to use some washi tape to make sure that the die stays straight and the cutting edge is just off the fold line. There we go. Stick it all down there. Put it here. Put this on here. I don't know. This is an old card table. I'm not 100% sure I should be actually die cutting on it. I'll try to do it as carefully as possible, not to shake everything down. And there it goes on through. See, it comes out the other end. So nice. Okay. Well, it didn't have anything fall on me. And I will just fold it up and get it out of the way. Our regular size cut and emboss machine also folds up like that. Makes it very convenient. Now, you take the plates out of the way. Take the washi tape off. Whoops. And there it has cut through, and I've got a 2-sided thing. Let me get my eraser. I don't know what got on here. We don't need anything on there. There. If you get a regular art eraser, this one is Mono Natural. Okay, and that clean that up. So now I've got my Let's Celebrate You. I'm going to grab some Lost Lagoon. This is a gift tag. Use whatever color you want. I have some Lost Lagoon here. Let's Celebrate You. I'm going to put that, let me unfold it so it's a little bit flatter. Put that right in the middle. Now, this Lost Lagoon cording is so pretty. I think it is very pretty. I'm going to take this Lost Lagoon cording. I'm going to take a little bit of this tear and tape. Just going to put it right here. Just a tad right there. Let's tie it around here. There we go. Cute. Cute, cute. So there you've got a little gift tag. Now you can take another little piece, as long or as you want or not. Put it up under here. And make a little loop that you can use for your Scotch tape. So tape it down. And I'm just going to put a knot in it real quick. There we go. Of course you'll make it pretty. But there you have a hanging loop for to tape it onto your package. Isn't that cute? How easy was that? Using the die from the coordinating, there it is. Using the coordinating die from the Hugs of Bloom. I think it's cute. Or you could even cut out the friends and put the friends across there. And then on the inside, oh, that would be cute. Yes, cut out the hugs and put hugs across the front and on the inside. I'm going to do that. Okay, and here it is. How cute is that? Hugs, and I put a little linen thread bow on it, and I left the really long tails so you can, you know, tie it together or just use it to tape. And on the inside, let's celebrate you. Is that not an adorable little tag topper? And of course we have the other one with the cording and the let's celebrate you on the outside, just from this die that comes in the coordinating paper pumpkin kit. Oh, I'm so excited. So let's take a look at everything we've created. Let me clean this off. Okay, and remember, all of the cards do come with the decorated coordinating envelopes. So we did this beautiful one with the laser cut that went over that watercolor looking piece. Isn't that just so pretty? So I think that was just lovely. And then we did this beautiful card. Of course, remember the coordinating envelopes, but how pretty is that? With the sequins all over it. Miss you. Sweet. I love that. That's so sweet. And this one is so pretty. Isn't that? I just think that one's pretty too. I love how that diamond just fits right in the middle there. But of course, we had to do a couple little things on our own. So I took the back of this card and we made a little swing card there, a little fun fold sort of, with just a big hugs. And we did use the pretty peacock to make a shadow effect on the timid tiger, using the coordinating dies, hugs for you, little flower in the corner. And we took this card right here and we didn't change it too much, just enough where it can't be accused of being the exact same card. And it looks like it's going to be a fun fold, but it's not. It'll just fool you. So this was a pretty one. Let's celebrate you. We cut the paper into angles so we could get a peek of the cardstock underneath it. And then, using the dies, we made two cute little gift tags. Hugs and let's celebrate you. There is really a lot to do with this kit. Even though the 3 cards in the original designs are absolute knockouts, I like what else we did with the products. I hope you did too. So if you do not have a US demonstrator and you'd love to have a catalog to hold in your hands, just message me and I'll pop one in the mail to you. And I'll have the directions for how I did my alternate cards in the description box down below. I hope you're subscribed so you can come back and visit and play again. And please give my video a like. I'd love to have that thumbs up and leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. I appreciate you watching and hanging out with me. Thank you so much. Until the next time, keep making the world a beautiful place. Bye now.